Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ronan Vico, and this video I'm going to show you how can you have complex data validation on the data entry at your SharePoint list. So let's say that you have like an email column or an internal code where the internal code should be like 2 digits followed by 2 characters and after that 2 digits again. So that's not easy to do. And also you can have more complex data validation. Let's say that you can have the same email 2 times on the list, but not more than 2 times, right? Or something like that. You just want to have an internal code in this same SharePoint list for 2 times, not more than that. To do it, you need to have more complex data validation. Doing a validation like if and else on the internal code, you can do it using the data validation right here on the more options, column validation. We do have this formula right here, but being honest, this formula does not work pretty well and also do not work for most of the validation that we need to have, right? So how can I fix it? How can I have a solution that I can build more complex rules, right? Like an email, a specific internal code, how much rows I want to have in the list with the same data. To do that, you can integrate this SharePoint list with Power Apps, but I'm not saying to you to create an entire app. You can just build a new form. So instead of using the default form that you have here at the SharePoint list, and I know, and maybe you know that you can change the layout and do some JSON here. Okay, that's cool. You can change the layout and everything else here with JSON, but it's not easy. It's hard to understand, hard to develop. We can use another approach here. Using the integrate with Power Apps, we can customize a form. Clicking here, it will open an entire application built in Power Apps Canvas with just one canvas, with just one screen, where you can change the layout, change the formulas. It's more easily to work with instead of using the JSON on the custom layout that we saw before here at the form on SharePoint, right? So here I can enter regex. That's pretty useful. That's what we're going to do here. I can insert validation, like I said. If there is more than one row, I cannot insert this data. I can insert like images. I can do whatever I want using the Power Apps Canvas, right? Maybe you are already used to the Power Apps Canvas. If no, let's go understand that with me. So in the email column, I want to have a validation, right? The user cannot insert other data than an email. For that, I will go at the advanced, unlock that to change the properties. And just to understand the Power Apps Canvas, if you do not had any contact with it yet, you can change the color, for example, of objects. You can insert objects here like a rectangle, like an icon, I don't know, anything that you want to insert here, you can. So it's easy to customize the layout and deploy it to the user. So what I want to do here is to create a rule where the email should be an email, right? So something at something.com, for example. For that, I will select this text box. I will go to the event on change. So when the user types something and the field change, this event will trigger and we can check the value of this field is an email. If not, show a notification saying that's not an email, it's an invalid data. So that's exactly what I want to do here. I will insert an if statement. Check it out. If it's your first time here at the Power Apps Canvas with me, it's like an Excel formula. It's like a Power BI formula. It's pretty simple to use the Power FX, the formulas from Power Apps Canvas. So what I'm going to do here is to do an if statement saying, if not, IsMatch, the self dot text. So check it out. I'm saying here, if the text of myself is not matched with a regex validation of an email, right? I will notify the user saying that it's not a valid data. So for creating this regex validation, I will use the ChatGPT. I can ask GPT to create for me at Power Apps Canvas and regex that validate an email. And here is it. I have the validation of an email. So I will insert here, if not IsMatch this validation. I will reset myself. Why I am saying myself? Because I am at this exactly object here. Check it out. The border showing that is selected, right? So if it's not match my text, I will reset myself. Reset myself. But not just that. I do not want just to reset myself, to clean the text at my text box. I want to notify the user. So I will also notify the user saying this email is not valid with notification type error. With that ready, this only formula, pretty simple. We did like in a minute here using the ChatGPT. I will save and publish this form. Publish to SharePoint. Now, this form is deployed at my SharePoint list. If I go here, right, and I will refresh just to make sure, click here at add new item, check it out. It's not the old SharePoint form. It's the new one made at Power Apps Canvas. And we have the email that we just created together, right? So if I try to insert an email like blah, 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 and type tab to go to the next field, check it out. This email is not valid and the field was resetted, was cleaned, right? So let's do it again for the next field, just to see if you understood what I teach it. So I'm going to copy all of this formula from the on-chain. I will go here at the internal code, advanced, unlock. I will paste that on the on-chain also, right? But now this is not the regex that I want. I want to change that for the internal code. For that, I will ask for ChatGPT again. I want a regex like that. Digit, digit, character, character, digit, digit. And here is it, ready to use. I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste it, and of course, I need to change the notification text. This internal code is not valid. I'm going to publish that, and again, after I publish it, it's deployed to my SharePoint list. So let's test it. I'm going to try to add a new item, and I will click the email. The following of ASD does not work, but email at email.com worked. And internal code, if I try to type something like that, the internal code is not valid, but the AA 00AA11 it's valid, and I can save and submit the form. So here it's just to explain for you an easy way of creating validation and also customize the layout the way you want. You just need to customize here and it will be deployed to the SharePoint list. Pretty cool, right? Also, you can just share the link of the form. You can copy here, and when the user open the link, he will go directly to the form. So there is a lot of ways of using this form that you can change on the Power Apps Canvas and made it more professional, right? Also, to end this video and you can get more of this knowledge that I showed you, this form is connected to the data source important data. The important data, it's the list at the SharePoint. And this here, this object right here, it's not common on the Power Apps Canvas if you build by blank. But when you create a form like we did in this video, you will have this SharePoint integration pointing to the data source, and you can use the on cancel, on edit, on new, on save, on view. Why, Ronan? Because you can insert all those validations on the trigger on save. So, or on the on edit. On that on edit, an item or on save an item, you can do something like a validation or send emails or create a new row in another table. Did you get it? So it's a lot of ways of dealing with those events right here. It's pretty cool, and hope you guys enjoy it, this knowledge, and I can build more content like this, focus more on this topic if you want, so please comment down below. I just want to record this quickly video to show the possibilities to use Power Apps Canvas for easy stuff, right? Like validation, like a simple screen app. You don't need to build like a complex app to make value of it. You don't need to build complex systems to get result and create value of it, right? You can like build simple stuff, and every day you can go further in your company with your clients, build simple stuff using the Power Apps Canvas. If you watched this video completed to the end, leave your feedback down below and write the word banana, so I will know that you watched the video completed. It's a way of knowing who watched the video completed. If you want to know more about Power Platform, check the first link on the description. You will have access to the best courses about Power Platform and Microsoft, and use my coupon code to get a discount. If you need any support on Power Platform or Microsoft developments, you can send us an email and we will be happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching. We see you in another video, another class, and please consider to subscribe.